Congressman, just your quick thoughts about, I don't know if you were watching with us, what the president was doing there, but your thoughts when you see that. And especially, I guess, if you're in Arizona, there are plenty of seniors that go there, obviously for the weather and for other things, but this can be a crucial part of the quality of life for them.
Absolutely. So we do have a lot of seniors, a lot of retirees that come to Arizona. They come for our great weather, great lifestyle, low cost of living, but they also come because we have a good medical infrastructure. And what the president just announced today is consistent with trying to reduce costs for medications for many of our seniors and for all Americans, quite frankly. And it's consistent with his other efforts to reduce the overall cost of medicine, not just medications, but medicine as well, therapeutics, but also to make sure that it's transparent. So once again, President Trump, even though he's fighting this this post-election issues that are all over the country, he is certainly fighting the good fight for American citizens. He never gives up on his pledge to make America first.
Now, obviously, that's in the news, and so is the results of the election, and Arizona is still in the thick of that conversation. Can you give me the lay of the land of what's going on there now, sir?
Yeah, so Arizona the Arizona GOP lost its lawsuit yesterday. And so what's happening now is some of the counties are now starting to certify that the president lost. They're certifying the election. And that doesn't stop the efforts to make sure that every legal ballot's counted, to make sure that every fraudulent ballot is not counted. That's going on in Arizona, but the president it remains down about 9,500 votes today, somewhere in that neighborhood, right around 9,500 to 10,000 out of 3.3 million cast. So that continues to go through all the avenues to chase that down.
Do you feel like you had a fair election there, or are there things that look questionable to you?
Well, I think that there's some anomalies, there's some irregularities, things that we've got to get to the bottom of and sort them out. I'm not sure that I think we're running out of runway. I think we're running out of time, but I think we need to get to the bottom of some of these things. And I think we're going to need to go through everything from early ballot issues, not just in Arizona, but around the country. Also, we're going to need to make sure that the Dominion software is correct and not got some algorithmic challenges the way some people have reported. So we continue to look to make sure that it was as fair as it possibly can be, but I think a significant number of Americans ask the same question I ask, and that is, how can Joe Biden actually outpoll Barack Obama when President Trump also set a record? We have some other anomalies as far as voting that went on in Arizona that we've got to get to the bottom of for sure.
How do you feel, you know, Senator Romney put out a statement taking issue with the president. Now, he was perceiving what the president was trying to do is meddle in the process of certifying some of these elections, specifically in Michigan, I think. And he was taking issue with how he was doing that. And I was kind of curious whether you saw it that way and whether you feel like the president has a right to go down that avenue if he chose to.
I think the president is doing everything he can, and it's legal and it's constitutional, and he's been very consistent about that. And I think people like the good senator and maybe some others who have been so critical of this president, they wouldn't matter what. They would be critical of this president no matter what. The reality is President Trump is doing nothing that's illegal or unconstitutional. He's trying to get to the bottom of things, and I think that's appropriate, especially when so many Americans have called into question the integrity of the election. The one thing we want to make sure in a constitutional republic is that the election is honest, fair, transparent, something we can rely on as being truthful. And I think there's a significant number of Americans, either a large plurality or a slight majority, that believe it was not done in that way. And so we've got to get to the bottom of that. And
so very quickly, if I'm correct, Republicans control the legislature there in Arizona. If the president went there and said, I'd like you to send electors for me instead of Joe Biden, what would your reaction be to it? Not that he has done that. I'm just laying it out there as a possibility. What would your reaction be?
Well, I think that if he made the case and the electors wanted to, or excuse me, the legislators wanted to elect a different slate of electors, I think the Constitution allows it, and I also think the case law allows it in Gore v. Bush. But the reality is he hasn't asked for that, and further, I'm not sure that he would ask for that necessarily. Mm-hmm. But if he does, he has the right to do it, and the legislators have a right to do it as well.
Okay. Very good. Congressman Andy Biggs, thank you, sir.
Thank you.